Good day, St. Martin. I'm Yesenia Lazaro.
And I'm also Lawrence.
And welcome to another edition of St. Martin News Desk.
Brought to you by TV15.
Where we bring you the latest and most important stories around the islands and beyond.
It's the middle of the week. Let's dive into those top headlines.
KPSM steps up island-wide controls in ongoing crime prevention effort. The St. Martin Police Force, KPSM, has continued island-wide safety controls in response to a recent surge in armed robberies and drug-related offenses. Between July 25th and 27th, officers conducted vehicle and personal checks in areas including Coal Bay, Dutch Quarter, Simpson Bay, and Philipsburg. Over 40 vehicles were stopped, resulting in several fines for traffic violations such as not wearing seatbelts and lacking valid licenses. Small amounts of narcotics were confiscated, and a suspected firearm turned out to be a toy gun. These checks are part of KPSM's broader strategy to combat firearms, drugs, and rising street crime. Police thank the public for their cooperation and confirm that operations will continue in the coming weeks. To report crimes or suspicious activity, please call 542-2222 or the anonymous tip line at 9300.
Arrested after repeated noise complaints in cul-de-sac area. The St. Martin Police Force arrested 3 men early Saturday, July 26, after repeated noise complaints and aggressive behavior toward officers. Around 2 a.m., police responded to Fort Willem, where a group was playing loud music. The group complied and left. Hours later, they were found again disturbing the peace in the Carrefour parking lot near Churchill Roundabout. Despite a police warning, officers returned around 4 a.m. to find the group still playing loud music. 1 man was arrested, prompting resistance from others. Backup was called, and 3 individuals, ND, AR, and LJ, were arrested for public disturbance, resisting arrest, and failure to follow orders. All were fined and released. 1 vehicle was seized. KPSM reminds the public that disruptive and anti-social behavior will not be tolerated. To report disturbances, call KPSM at 1-721-542-2222 or anonymously at the tip line 9300. KPSM is reminding scooter owners to collect their impounded scooters today, Wednesday, July 30th, 2025, or risk them being removed and destroyed. Scooters seized between January and June 2025 during traffic checks remain unclaimed at the Philipsburg police station. Owners must visit Mr. J. Abreu during office hours with proof of ownership, insurance papers, road tax receipt, inspection card, and a driver's license. Unclaimed scooters after the deadline may be crushed, especially as they pose risk during hurricane season. For more info, contact KPSM at 1-721-542-2222.
Cruise and air arrivals surge in Q1 thanks to immigration data upgrade. St. Martin recorded 635,968 cruise passengers in the first quarter 2025, the highest in 3 years, and an 11% increase over the same period in 2024. Stayover arrivals also rose, reaching 256,923 visitors, up 10.8% from last year. The boost follows the November 2024 launch of an upgraded immigration system by IBPS, improving data accuracy and aligning with international standards. The system now excludes resident travelers and minimizes manual entry errors. With these upgrades, 2025 becomes the new baseline year for measuring visitor arrivals. Adjusted 2024 figures served as a comparison during the transition. Officials thanked the public for their cooperation and reaffirmed their commitment to accurate, timely statistics. Visit stats.stmartingov.org for updates.
Let's put everything on the table. People always give their opinion, and you can either take it or crunch it. Let them judge. We give in to the most irresistible flavor. We devour every nugget that falls in our hands, especially when it's our crunchy fried chicken. And let the crumbs fly if needed. Let them keep judging. We'll keep indulging. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Make the switch. Get faster internet for less.
Hey there, it's Mizzy with the Sunshine Report, straight out of Sunshine City, St. Martin, bringing you the warmth and the sunshine you need to kickstart your day. So let's dive in the forecast and see how the skies are treating us. The Met Department is keeping a sharp eye on the Atlantic, ready to update you with the latest. Follow NEWSDESK on Facebook for your daily Sunshine Report. So as you enjoy your week, stay safe, stay friendly. Sunshine City.
Thank you for joining me. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. It is July 29th, 2025. We're tracking several tropical waves and in the eastern and really central Pacific, a couple systems out there, named systems, Iona and Kelly. I want to show you both of those two named systems way the heck out here. We do have some areas of rain we are watching, no doubt. Some of us have been way too dry, right? But watching this rain building, parts of Honduras, even near Providencia and San Andres, watching Nicaragua, Costa Rica for some of that rain. Keeping an eye on this, Belize will be on the edge of it. We'll see some scattered areas of rain and thunderstorms breaking free throughout the day. For us in the Eastern Caribbean, I want to show you some dust on the way. Not only some stronger tropical waves that we'll have to track together, but also some of that dust and some other spots where we could get a couple storms today. Jamaica, we could see a few. Let me zoom down here for us in Jamaica. Now, some of us have been just so dry and haven't gotten any rain, while others occasionally we've gotten some thunderstorms. So if you don't mind, through the day, leave your location and what you've got going on, if you have storms or no storms, in the comments, and I'll get to that. But if we do get some rain, you see a little bit of purplish showing up. We could get a few spots over 50 millimeters of rain, but others, absolutely nothing again. And with some of the dry air, it has been so very hot. No doubt this time of year, if we're dry, we're on the hot side. Look at this. These are the tropical waves marching across. Here we are from Dominica down through Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago. A couple strong tropical waves. I am monitoring these for any development. As of now, I am not seeing signs of development out of these. Down the road, though, we'll need to watch out for some prospects of development. At least in the short term, there is some dust around. Not that that is necessarily a good thing, especially if you have any breathing issues, and some of us desperately need to get some of the rain. But today, tomorrow, some of that dust around, especially over toward Puerto Rico, U.S. British Virgin Islands, Anguilla, Antigua, Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis. And then by the time we get into Friday, we're going to see another surge of dust. This will coincide. It'll be the same time we get a tropical wave trying to move in. And you see some of the dust. It's not too terribly thick, but this is even into this weekend. Some dust approaching parts of the Eastern Caribbean, and some of the dust trying to squeak into the Bahamas. And I bring this up because this is very stable in sinking air. So the dust may at least temporarily prevent some of these tropical waves from developing, but temporarily. It does look a lot more active mid to late August, and even as some of this dust moves off, even through the first week of August, we need to keep an eye on a little chance of some development down the road. Here it is. This is what I'm watching. Let's track these tropical waves together. As of now, the new stronger one that has just come off the coast of Africa, most of the models are not developing it in the short term. The Icon German model, though, eventually, once this tropical wave passes by the Eastern Caribbean, it moves toward the United States. It does eventually develop this area into a tropical storm. So at least temporarily, we shouldn't see a whole lot of development, but down the road, as this tropical wave approaches maybe the Bahamas or approaches parts of the United States, there could be a little bit of development that we'll have to watch out for as we get deeper into the first week of August. Now let's start here, and then I want to zoom out toward the Atlantic. Watching out for those spotty storms, as I mentioned, Jamaica, Haiti, the DR today, parts of Cuba, heavier rain, parts of Central America. And for us in the Eastern Caribbean, as I mentioned, we have some dust that will be around and watching the next tropical waves, but only a spotty shower that will be possible as we work our way into tomorrow or Wednesday. And then by Thursday, you could see some of the rain, Costa Rica and Panama, monitoring some of that. And this here, that is the dust actually showing up on this model. This here is some of the rain, so you can see how the dust will be battling some of these tropical waves that will be headed our way. So I will monitor for the chances of development. Let me widen out the view here. We have a couple tropical waves. This one in particular, the one that just came off the coast of Africa yesterday, that's the stronger one that I'm going to watch out for some development. You can see it here as we go over in time. We'll work our way through the end of the week, and as we get into later on Friday, you see this strong tropical wave sitting right in through here. I also want to keep an eye on the coast of the southeast U.S. A lot of rain will be building off the coast. Sometimes you could get some development across the southeast U.S. This time of year with some old fronts. Then as we work our way into Sunday, you see here the American model is not developing this area, but Sunday into Monday, it is bringing us a better chance of rain. Keep in mind that dust right around this, preventing some development. Then going out in time here even more so as we work our way into Monday, scattered areas of rain will be working across the Caribbean. But here's what's going to happen. The tropical wave itself will eventually slide toward the Bahamas, maybe into the Gulf, where it could eventually develop some down the road, and then new tropical waves coming off of Africa, and some of the models, including the European models, are developing those. So this tropical wave, I'll be monitoring for our chances of rain, long-term development, and those new tropical waves once we get through Bermuda. So tropical waves on the move, watching out very closely for any signs of development, but the Saharan dust will come with them, so that may prevent at least some initial development, but a more active period ahead. I mentioned those stronger tropical waves that will be coming off the coast of Africa down the road that most of the models are trying to develop. That's what I'll be tracking with you.
It's hurricane season. Are you prepared? Here are a few tips to remember to help keep you and your family safe. If you're not in an area that is advised to evacuate and you decide to stay in your home, plan for adequate supplies in case you lose power and water for several days and you're not able to leave due to flooding or blocked roads. This hurricane season, make a family emergency communication plan. This public service announcement was brought to you by the government of St. Martin.
Princess Juliana International Airport reports 10.8% growth in Q1 2025 arrivals, driven by immigration automation. The Princess Juliana International Airport, PJIAE, in partnership with IBPS and the Department of Statistics, recorded 256,923 inbound passengers in Q1 2025, a 10.8% increase over 2024. Total passenger movement reached 533,990 passengers. Key markets include 67% from North America, 54% from USA, and 13% from Canada, also 25% from Europe. The rise follows the November 2024 launch of the airport's automated immigration system and the reopening of its new arrival hall. The integration of e-gates and passport kiosk now ensures faster, more accurate data collection and enhanced security. Officials say the shift from manual entry to real-time digital records boosts transparency, crowd management, and statistical reliability, aligning with GDPR standards and strengthening St. Martin's position as a regional air travel hub. The airport aims to welcome 1.8 million passengers in 2025, building on this momentum and its upgraded infrastructure.
Rotary Sunset welcomes new board, honors leaders at annual ceremony. The Rotary Club of St. Martin Sunset celebrated its change of board ceremony on July 1st, 2025 at Tea Palm Restaurant, welcoming over 100 guests from both sides of the island. Incoming President Alex Pierre took the helm from Franklin Solomons, unveiling the year's theme, Helping Hands, Touching Hearts, Changing Lives. Pierre outlined a vision focused on education, professional development, community, and health, and announced the club's first new initiative, 100 maternity baskets for island hospitals. The evening featured live entertainment, dinner, and a community raffle. Several Rotarians were honored with Paul Harris Fellow Awards, including Prime Minister Dr. Luke Mercelina, recognized for his public service. Outstanding members were also celebrated. Rotarian of the Year, Jamila Boyrad. Service Above Self, Kimberly Duzong. Board Member of the Year, Magdiona Gums. Rookie of the Year, Crystal Davis. Pierre called for unity among service groups, encouraging collaboration across the island. The 2025-2026 board includes President Alex Pierre, President-elect Jade Maku, Vice President Cheryl Danglebin York, Secretary Alicia Lake, and Treasurer Jaida Nisbet, among others. The club meets every second and fourth Monday at Carlinson's Cold Bay. Contact RotarySXMSunset@gmail.com or on Facebook at Rotary SXM Sunset. Daniel Helligar celebrates 15 years at St. Martin Library, a testament to resilience. The St. Martin Library proudly celebrated Daniel Helligar's 15th work anniversary on July 12, 2025. Helligar's milestone comes as the library continues its recovery from Hurricane Irma, which severely damaged the original Philipsburg Jubilee Library in 2017. After closing for safety in 2018, the library reopened in a temporary location in 2019, continuing to serve the public despite limited resources. Helligar has played a key role in maintaining services through the library's most challenging years. His dedication reflects the institution's strength and its importance to St. Martin's social and educational landscape. The library board thanks Mr. Helligar for his exemplary service and looks forward to continuing its mission of learning, inclusion, and community building alongside him.
Hurricane Pass application process closed until 2026. Official 2025 Hurricane Readiness Guide released. The Office of Disaster Management, ODM, announces that applications for the 2025 Hurricane Passes are now closed and will reopen next year. The application window for both disaster and hurricane passes ran from mid-April to May 30th, 2025. ODM, under the Ministry of General Affairs, manages the pass process on behalf of the Prime Minister. The issued passes are valid for the 2025 and 2026 hurricane seasons and remain government property. The Hurricane Pass system helps maintain public order during emergencies. Following a disaster, the Prime Minister, alongside emergency disaster management agencies, evaluates the situation and may impose curfews to ensure community safety. In addition, the government of St. Martin has released the official 2025 Hurricane Readiness Guide, your essential resource for storm preparedness. The guide includes emergency supply checklists, home preparation steps, evacuation planning, important contact numbers, post-storm safety tips as well. Knowledge is your first line of defense. Take a few minutes today to review, print, and share this guide to ensure your family is ready for the hurricane season.
Guess what? I got an idea. It's amazing. You see how we have the link sharing all everywhere?
QR link,
the
yeah.
QR link?
Yeah.
Raw Caribbean Channel app. Well, yeah. You're welcome. Put it in the back.
But it's not an app, though. It's not an app. App, you have to like download something to get it on your phone, take up space. It's not an app.
It's like an app. Therefore, it can be an app. So, it's an app. Raw Caribbean TV app. Say it with me, Al. Come on.
It's not an app, though. All you got to do with that, it's a link. You take the link, you hit the bookmark, you say, add to home screen, and so it shows up like an app icon. But it's not an app though.
Are you a real person? It is an app because you get to watch all the programs from Raw Caribbean at one place. It is an app.
I don't know how to explain this to you, but factually and technically, it's not an app. Kind of like we do the news, facts,
Yeah.
and you do that thing you do.
Whoa.
Point being, you just go to the QR, you hit bookmarks, and you hit add to home screen, and then you can have the link to, let's give it another name.
The app.
You want to call it the app?
Raw Caribbean TV app.
Jess.
Yes.
Jess, please, give some sense, Jess. Jess.
It's kind of like an app.
That's why she gets the big bucks.
It's not an app, though. It's not a app. What the It's not a app.
You kiss your mother with her mouth? My God. Watch Raw Caribbean TV app.
Watch Raw Caribbean TV app.
Yes.
It's not an app, though.
Amare Sunset Festival makes Caribbean debut in St. Martin, August 9th and 10th, 2025. Feel the pulse of the Caribbean this August as the Amare Sunset Festival arrives in St. Martin for its first Caribbean edition. Co-founded by French music producer Swan Dakame and singer-producer Alexandra Talarico, this two-day festival celebrates music, design, and culture with intimate electronic performances across two stunning venues. Taking place on August 9th and 10th, on the Dutch side, the festival transforms rainforest adventures and Kalatua Beach into immersive spaces blending underground electronic beats with island vibes and artistic storytelling. Amare Sunset Festival also spotlights local artisans and culinary creativity through its designer village. Don't miss this unique Caribbean celebration under the sun and stars of St. Martin.
Where Culture Lives project begins focus groups in Saba. The Where Culture Lives research project kicked off its focus group sessions at the Saba Heritage Center, gathering local cultural practitioners, policymakers, and experts to share insights on Saba's cultural landscape. These discussions will guide the project's survey design and highlight how culture is practiced and supported across the 6 Dutch Caribbean islands. Lead researcher Ludmilla Duncan noted the valuable perspectives gained from artists and educators, which will help shape future cultural opportunities on Saba. The project completed extensive regional research to tailor its themes, including a cultural education, intangible heritage, and the creative economy. An advisory platform of island and Dutch experts will provide ongoing guidance, commissioned by the Dutch Ministry of Education, Culture and Science and coordinated by Lemonade BV, Where Culture Lives aims to create an inclusive, community-driven cultural policy. Focus groups continue this week in Statia with surveys launching by September. Residents from all 6 islands are encouraged to participate. As the team says, this research is about our culture and stories. Your voice matters. Dutch VVD proposes charter change to ease Caribbean islands' exit from the kingdom. The Dutch VVD party has proposed amending the kingdom charter to explicitly allow Caribbean islands to more easily pursue independence. Their election manifesto, Stronger After the Storm, calls for a new provision enabling Aruba, Curaçao, St. Martin, and the special municipalities Bonaire, St. Eustatius, and Saba to declare independence without requiring referenda. This echoes a 2019 VVD proposal that would permit unilateral withdrawal by the islands, though it has yet to advance in Parliament. For the special municipalities, VVD advocates stronger anti-corruption measures and governance reforms via updates to its WOL BES and FIN BES laws. For the autonomous countries, the party emphasizes cooperation on governance, financial oversight, and sustainable development. The manifesto also highlights the Caribbean's strategic military importance for regional security, migration control, and drug trafficking monitoring. Despite these proposals, VVD reaffirms its commitment to maintaining a valuable relationship with the Caribbean parts of the kingdom.
Residents launch petition demanding action on Sargassum crisis. Residents of St. Martin's French side, particularly in Cul-de-Sac, Mont Vernon, Oyster Pond, and Orient Bay, have launched a petition calling on local authorities and the state to urgently address the ongoing Sargassum seaweed invasion. The decomposing seaweed emits harmful gases like hydrogen sulfide and ammonia, causing health issues such as headaches, nausea, respiratory irritation, and fatigue, especially affecting vulnerable groups like children, the elderly, and asthmatics. Residents report worsening air quality at night, forcing them to keep windows closed despite the heat. The petition demands the following: faster, systematic removal of the sargassum from beaches and populated areas, publicly accessible air quality monitoring, independent health impact studies with transparent communication, a coordinated emergency plan to prevent future accumulation and protect public health. While contractors employed by the collectivité work daily to clear affected beaches, residents say these efforts are insufficient given the scale of the problem. They urge the decision makers to explore and implement more effective long-term solutions. The NEWSDESK team took a deeper look at the Sargassum situation plaguing the eastern side of the island. Check out our special NEWSDESK presentation of On Location. That's all the time we have for today's edition of St. Martin NEWSDESK.
Thank you for joining us. Remember, new episodes from every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. on TV 15 and then across our social media platforms. I'm Elsa Lawrence.
And I'm Justina Lázaro, wishing you an amazing week. See you next time.
Stay friendly, St. Martin.